our topic is about intravenous, IV, bolus and IV infusion. Okay. Now how we can differentiate these two dosage form and what is their kinetics. Now the pharmacokinetics, okay, what is the importance of biopharmaceutics? To estimate the pharmacokinetics parameter. For any drug, if we want to estimate pharmacokinetic parameters, we require the help of biopharmaceutics. Now how we can achieve that? As we have discussed, whenever we want to deduce the pharmacokinetic parameters, the first thing is we have to inject the drug in IV bolus. So for IV bolus, what is the basic equation that we have discussed in our earlier video? Log C is equal to log C naught minus Ke T upon 2.303, and the same equation can be written in exponent form, C naught E minus Ket. Okay, so the exponent form, the graph is like this. This is T and the C. Okay, but when you are converting into the logarithmic form, the graph will become like this. This is log C and the time. So what is the role of this equation? Is nothing but to find out Ke, the first pharmacokinetic parameters Ke. The moment we can find Ke, we can find the second pharmacokinetic parameters T half, which is 0.693 upon Ke. So see, we are estimating the pharmacokinetic parameters of drugs by the help of the biopharmaceutics. Okay. Now I have given IV bolus, I have got the T half. Then if we know the dose X naught, the initial plasma concentration, the moment I divide, I get volume of distribution. Now the very important parameter is Ke into Vd, known as total clearance, whose unit is liter per hour, because Vd unit is liter and K is per hour, so the total clearance become liter per hour. Now what is total clearance? I just read out to you. Clearance is pharmacokinetic measurements of the volume of plasma from which a substance is completely removed per unit time. Okay, so this is the expression of total clearance, and the total clearance is a function of number one, glomerular filtration rate, number two, your tubular secretion, number three, tubular reabsorption. See, these are the three important functions of kidney. So the clearance actually measures a function of kidney, how efficiently they are removing the drugs from the plasma. That is the basic understanding. So that's why we use creatinine clearance. This creatinine we use to find it out the patient's renal function, the clearance. Okay, if clearance is changing, then we have to change the dose. So why? Because the clearance actually remove the drugs from the blood plasma. So suppose a person is suffering from kidney disease, his clearance is affected. If we administer same dose, then the toxic level, the plasma level of drug can be increased to toxic level. Okay, we have to avoid that. That's why we use the term AUC, area under curve, which is nothing but AUC IV is your dose upon clearance. Okay, if you see your the availability, okay, of drug in the blood, if it is increased, so then it can lead to a toxic level. So that's why we have to remember to find out total clearance. Now after this understanding of the IV bolus, we go to IV infusion. Now before that, I would like to discuss, see, only GFR we can find it out with the help of inulin. that is this time GPAT question they have asked. Okay, so it is not creatinine, only inulin can find GFR, but creatinine can find the clearance, the rate of clearance. Okay, so because clearance is a function of these all three, so only finding out GFR will not help me to understand the clearance pattern of a patient. Okay, so now let's go ahead with IV infusion. Now what is the basic purpose of IV infusion? So let us understand that particular concept. Now basic purpose for IV infusion is, see over here the drug concentration is decreasing, right? Over here it is decreasing. Now if I want a drug concentration for after some times it go to steady state and then it remain particular, it continue that particular effect, that concentration, and then it's come down. So I can express a particular term steady state concentration. And why I need that? Maybe my antibiotic, antifungal, I want them in a to act for longer time at particular specific concentration. Maybe a patient suffering from severe systemic infection, severe systemic fungal infection. So we have to give them a particular concentration, and we continue, and that's why steady state concentration is a center part of your IV infusion. So what is that equation? We have dx dt. Now in IV infusion, I have told you it is not dependent upon the drug concentration. So we have to introduce K naught instead of Ka into Xa minus Ke x, that is same. Okay. Now if you integrate, you get C is equal to C naught upon, no, it is C is equal to CSS. Okay, C is equal to K naught upon total clearance into 1 minus e raised to minus Ke. See, this is an exponent form of my IV infusion drug. Now IV bolus, we have seen the exponential form, C is equal to C naught e raised to minus Ket. This is an exponential form. Now to convert, I have to convert this thing into the logarithmic form, but how we are converting, you just watch this. Now at steady state we can write, dx dt, the change in drug concentration of body is 0 because the concentration is maintaining. So this becomes 0. So this becomes 0 means I have to introduce XSS, that is steady state. So that means the K naught is equal to Ke into XSS, that can be CSS into Vd, because X is equal to Vd into C, right? And K into Vd total clearance. So K naught upon total clearance is nothing but CSS. Okay. So if you see this K naught upon total clearance is equal to CSS. So I can now change this equation to this form. That is your C is equal to CSS into 1 e raised to minus Ke.